Countless movies, but you're also best mates away from the set. What is it do you think? I mean, is it some sort of magic formula that you have that seems to help you two work together so well?
I think the first thing is it's trust. That, I don't get into like if he's got a subject, when I gave him a book called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night. I think it's written by a gentleman called Haddon. And I said, you should make a film with a little kid and who's autistic, and a story of a father and a son. Obviously, assuming if you took me as a father and then, little child who's autistic, and then he comes up with a script where I'm autistic, and, which has got this whole plot. So I'm like, this is a little strange, because when you make a film with me, as far as Karan and me are concerned, we normally make a little more commercially viable films. So he says, no, this is what I want to do. So I trust him. I trust him completely.
Would you come with me, sir?
One of the things that got a lot of publicity for the movie was when you were detained by US immigration, which in a way mirrors a scene in My Name is Khan where you say, my name is Khan and I'm not a terrorist. I mean, to have it play out like that in real life, there was a lot of press on it. What was it like from your standpoint?
It happens to me every month whenever I'm traveling to the Western world because of the name. But it's not only me. There are another 75 people in that line. It happens to my kids. And I say this again and again. I have no issue. I have no issue with it personally, because this is the world we've created. This is how it is. I think what happened that evening or that day afternoon was that it just took a little longer. This was at the immigration for the first time. Normally it happens at the security. I think the processes just went wrong, and it took a couple of hours. I had to call the Indian consulate because I had a meeting at Atlantic City, and if I'd taken another 1 hour here, there was no point in me going all the way to America. So I'm like, can you get me out of here? And I think it just went out to the press. And I think we have reached a stage in India, and I think rightly so. When a developing nation is on the threshold of coming out and inshallah taking over the whole world in terms of economics, in terms of politics, in terms of business, I think suddenly we have a voice. We've been pushed. All developing nations, I'm not just saying it's India. And suddenly we have a voice in the world, which matters. And sometimes that voice is a little louder than it should be. So whenever anything goes wrong with Indians anywhere in the world, you'll notice all Indians just get up. So no. Not only outside. It happened with me when the Shiv Sena thing happened. All the Indians came. They said, no, this is wrong. I'm really glad we have a voice like that. And that's what happened. They stopped Shah Rukh. How dare they? And I was joking about it till about half a day, actually. I even joked that, whenever the American Hollywood actresses come, I should be given a right to frisk them in India. I want to be the first guy because
it's only fair.
It's only fair.
Now, you did say that you wanted My Name is Khan to be a big global hit like Slumdog Millionaire. You could have been in Slumdog Millionaire. You got offered the role of the quiz show host, but you turned it down, and Anil Kapoor got it. Do you beat yourself up about that decision?
No,
or do you stand
no.
by it?
I really wanted that film to be made. I'd read the Indian novel by Shah Rukh. I'd bought it. I wanted to make it myself, but an Indian film. When I read this script, I knew they'd made a much better film than I could ever.
Why didn't you want a part of that fantastic film then?
One, I'm not offered very many great films, honestly. I don't know. I don't have an agent and stuff in the West. Also, I'd hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Here, the host was a bit of a fixer.
So it could be B, Ricky Ponting.
Or D, Jack Hobbs. Final answer, D.
I only fixed Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in a way that I felt bad for the people. And I'm like, listen, why don't you retire now? Don't this is like a difficult question. So I would like, you got a $500,000, go back, relax, don't. And then the idiots would say, no, we want to play. And I'm like, can we go for a break? And I used to feel really bad, and I'm not allowed to say anything to them. But I know this question's a little difficult, young man or woman. So I just felt that I had so much fun doing it personally. I didn't want to be on the side where, I take the guy into the loo and say, no, I can fix this for you. I don't want to be the bad guy because I wouldn't do it like that.
So let's talk about those days before you hit the big time. Although you were born here in India, your ancestral home is Peshawar, Pakistan, and both of your parents died before you had your first movie. How do you think that they would view the career path and the life path that you've taken?
Yeah, I don't know. My mom would say that I look too thin in my films.
That's such a mummy thing to say.
Yeah, you need to eat a little more, and I don't know. My dad may have made me do some more serious cinema, but I truly believe that one of the reasons I want to be a big star, and I love being a big star, and the reason I like being a star is because I think stars get noticed. Stars are big. Everyone follows them, and I want to get so big that one day my parents from heaven can see my films. They're like, oh, we can see his films have got bigger than 70 mm, they're bigger than 3D Avatar. So I'm like, they can at least know that I did this. Because I think heaven is a little far away. And, but I guess, you've got to lose some. And I also feel that maybe Allah has given me so much because He's taken so much away from me. So it's how it kind of gets balanced. But I'm happy now the kids are there. I sort of believe that love needed to be transferred somewhere from me, and it is transferred to my son and daughter now.
That's a gorgeous way of looking at it, I have to say. You didn't come from a filmmaking family, so when you moved to Mumbai in 1991, was it difficult to break into this industry? Because, in India, it's notoriously nepotistic.
I came here and everybody was so nice. They would call me to their houses, they'd give me the best roles, they give me good food, and all of them would tell me that I don't look like a hero, but they really like me. So I was really, really, really welcomed beautifully by the people here. I heard stories, I'm writing a book and I don't have any chapters where I've struggled. So, when my friends used to say, but what kind of an autobiography is this? There's no sad and bad times. I'm like, but I didn't have sad and bad times in Mumbai. I think I just had such a great time. I came here and I started working. I didn't have to eat cockroaches on the roads to become a film star.
In 1995 came Dilwale. How am I going to say this? I'm just not going to get it right, am I?
I'll do it with you. Say,
right.
Dilwale,
Dulhania Le Jayenge.
Okay.
Yes! That movie played in